Hello and good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining in my information session. Today, I'll be exploring two influential figures in early childhood education, Jean-Jacques Rousseau and Maria Montessori. These theories have helped shape how educators and families understand children's development and learning. By comparing their views, we can better understand how to support young children through appropriate learning, environmental, parents' roles, and educator practices. So this is the agenda, as you can see in the slide, and this is the overview of the topic. So it says that there is like a detailed information session for the parents, and the main focus during the session will be Rosa and Montessori theory and how they influence early childhood education. So through understanding and effective learning environment can be created. So let's talk about Jean-Jacques Rousseau theory in ECE. So who is Jean-Jacques Rousseau? Let's begin with Jean-Jacques Rousseau. As Rousseau was an 18th century French philosopher best known for his book Emily or an Education. He believed that education should be aligned with nature and that children should be free to develop at their own pace. His ideas were revolutionary for his time as he challenged the strict formal education methods prevalent in the 1700s. So his view of child, he viewed children as inherently good and naturally curious. He believed that children learn best when they are allowed to explore and engage with the world around them, rather than being instructed in a rigid, formal setting. His view of the child is developmental, meaning that each stage of childhood should be respected, with learning experiences tailored accordingly. Moving on with the role of parents' careers in Rousseau's theory. So, in his philosophy, parents play a supportive and non intrusive role. They are there to guide gently rather than to impose structure or discipline. Parents are encouraged to trust their child instincts, allowing them the freedom to follow their interests while maintaining a safe and loving environment for growth. So, the role of parents' career in Rousseau theory. In Rousseau's philosophy, parents play a supportive and non intrusive role. So his view of development learning environments according to Rozier. So he believed in distinct stages of development, infancy, childhood, and adolescence, with each stage bringing new needs and capacities. He emphasized that emotional and moral development should take precedence over academic learning in the early years. In fact, he suggested that formal education should be delayed until children show readiness to avoid interrupting during their natural growth. So according to Rozier, the ideal learning environment is found in nature. Outdoor spaces, free from rigid structure, allow children to learn through sensory exploration and play. Such environments foster creativity, independence, and a connection with the natural world, key elements in Rozier's visions of holistic development. So, implication of his theory. The ideas have influenced that modern children-led learning approaches such as inquiry-based play. His theory promotes deep respect for each child's unique development path. For educators, this means creating learning environment that encourage exploration, creativity, and autonomy while resisting the pressure to accelerate academic learning too early. So moving on to Maria Montessori, let's talk about who is she. Maria Montessori, she was an Italian physician and educator born in 1870 and also best known for developing the Montessori method of early childhood education. She was the first woman in Italy to earn a medical degree and used her scientific background to closely observe how children learn and develop. Montessori believed that education should be based on the natural development stages of the child, and she opened her first school, Casa di Bambini, in 1907 in Rome, where she began applying her educational principles. So, moving on, the Montessori views of the child. So, Montessori viewed the child as a naturally curious, competent, and independent learner. She believed that children are capable of directing their own learning when given the right environment and tools. According to her, each child passes through sensitive periods, time when they are especially receptive to acquiring particular skills or knowledge. She emphasized the importance of respecting the child as an individual and allowing them the freedom to explore, make choices, and develop at their own pace. So, according to Montessori, the role of parents are in her approach, parents play a vital role in supporting their child's independence and growth. They are encouraged to create a calm, orderly environment at home that mirrors the structure of the Montessori classroom. Rather than controlling the learning process, parents should observe, guide, and provide opportunities for the child to engage in meaningful, self directed activities. Consistency between the home and school environment helps reinforce the child development and promotes a sense of security and confidence. So, moving on to development and learning environment according to Montessori. So, her method emphasizes a carefully prepared learning environment that promotes independence, concentration, and a love of learning. Classrooms are equipped with hands-on, sensory-based materials specifically designed to support different stages of the development. Children of mixed ages learn together, which encourages peer learning, cooperation, and mentorship. The teacher's role is to observe and guide rather than instruct, allowing each child to progress according to their individual interest and developmental readiness. Moving forward to impression of Montessori's theory. Our theory has significant implications for early childhood education, which requires educators to shift from traditional teacher-centered instruction to a more child-led approach. Teachers must undergo specialized Montessori training to effectively support and individualized learning. This curriculum should be flexible and adaptive, focused on holistic development of the child intellectual, emotional and physical, and also social well-being. This approach nurtures a lifelong love of learning, fosters independence, and builds intrinsic motivation, preparing children to become confident and capable individuals. So let's talk about the reflection and discussion. So to conclude, Rosio and Montessori offer two different theory yet complementary views on early childhood education. So Rosio highlights the importance of natural self-paced learning driven by exploration, whereas Montessori emphasizes individualized and holistic education. As educators and parents, we can see from both perspectives to create rich, respectful, and supportive learning experiences. So now I invite you to consider the following question for discussion. What's the best way to ensure balance between natural exploration and individualized learning? And the second question will be, how can cultural bias affect the choices in pedagogy and theoretical perspective? Thank you for your attention, and I look forward to your thoughts and insights.